of course, your love of David Venable, but he is my honey, so I'm proud to be here today. And Jen Kovich is joining us. Jennifer and I have been friends and have known each other for years and years and years, and I am beaming like a Christmas tree right now because this is always in my freezer unless it's sold out, which you often are.
Yes.
I can't tell you how many sad mornings have been made better by Authentic Gourmet, how many happy memories I have with this. I remember the first time I made it for Easter, and by the time our guests came, they were all gone. We had to bake them again. Literally the best in the business. This is a big hot pick kicking off our show. And I have to say, even if you live alone, I am going to tell you, I would go for the 60 count because they will stay fresh in your freezer. How long, Jennifer?
A whole year.
Yeah, and they will not stay a whole year. Like even if you live alone and had one once a week, it basically would be your year's supply. If you get the 60 count, you're saving $60, okay, over just getting the 20. If you are getting the 40 count, you're going to be saving $30, but you're still getting a great price on the 20 count, and these are the big ones. These are the great ones. That's only $54.98. So you're doing easy pay between $11 and $21. It is on auto delivery, and I wrote the words "get it" because literally this is the best croissant. There was a little shop in New York we used to go to. It's closed now. These are as good, if not even better.
Right.
My daughter and I have been to France. We remember that trip to Paris every
Yes.
time we open the oven. So Jennifer, okay, I'll be quiet for a second,
No,
but I
I
just want
love it.
everybody to get this because it literally is probably the #1 food in my freezer from QVC.
You know, and I think you are the perfect host to be representing this
thank
because
you.
truly,
I love
you
it.
can feel your passion, and that's what we love about Authentic Gourmet. When you get these at home, we all become very, very passionate about it because it's authentic. This is a real Parisian delicacy, real croissant. So we're taking a century-old recipe and then we're developing that in France. This is not, okay, we take the recipe, we take the ingredients, we bring it here to the United States and we develop it. This is truly made in France and then shipped directly to your door. Furthermore, do I have my example? I don't have a
I know, I
frozen
was looking
example.
for
I'm
a
so
frozen
sorry.
one.
But
Maybe
they come nicely
we could grab one.
flat, nice and
Yeah.
thin, so it takes that minimal real estate in your freezer. Because if you're thinking, how on earth am I going to have 60 of these in my freezer? Don't worry, it doesn't take much. You simply bake them from frozen. They puff and rise beautifully, just like this, and you're getting it from Authentic Gourmet. We're the premier bakery in Europe that supplies to so many other patisseries throughout the country. Now look at this, 66 layers of incredible whisper thin puff pastry. Crispy on the outside, nice and chewy on the inside, exactly how it's supposed to be. But you see that little yellow right there? That is 67 layers of sweet, creamy French butter. It's absolutely fantastic.
I mean, and it's the easiest thing ever. We're rushing to see if
Yes.
we can find what comes to you because it does. It comes in a little bag. I stick them in my freezer. What I do is we cut up strawberries and have fruit first, and then out comes that beautiful, in what, about 22, 25 minutes,
Yes,
somewhere in there. I mean, it
exactly.
depends on how crispy you want it. It's so easy. Right there, my sister came over one time with our friend Florence, and I had chicken salad on croissants with fruit, just that. And they were like, "Oh, you're so fancy." I'm like, guys, I turned on the oven, I stuck them in, and up they puffed, and they're the best ever, but they're often sold out. 100 all the way out the door. I'd like to explain to you what we have to order. And Tony, who I never get to work with, told me we don't have a lot to go around. So if you want 20, there's only 1,500 to go around, but that is the most popular choice. That means you're spending $11 a month. And I would look into auto delivery because I literally accosted Jen in the hallway and looked at her and said, "Why aren't there any Authentic Gourmet?" And she's like, "Jane, it's from France. It takes a while." I'm like, I know, but I'm out and I'm not happy about it. So auto delivery. If you get 40, you're not doubling the price of the 20. You're saving $30 by getting 40. Oh my gosh, look at this idea. And oh my gosh, I never even thought of this. This is so brilliant. And we only have how many, Tony? 600 in the 40 count. Now, I will be, if it's still available, ordering the 60 count when I get off the air because often we make 3 or we make 4 if we're all home together. That's the most limited though. There's only 400 left, but you're saving $60. And again, they come in a little bag. They're this big, they're this thin, and then then it's magic. And we haven't even talked about the way your kitchen smells.
Oh
when you
my gosh.
bake your authentic gourmet. You can tell I really love these and use these because like they are my favorite.
Well, what's so funny, Jane, is we actually wake the boys up on Christmas morning to the smell of French croissants. And it's become a tradition
Joyeux
now.
Noel.
Yeah, exactly. When they smell the butter making its way up the stairs, they know it's Christmas morning. It's time to wake up. They come hauling down the stairs, super excited. And you know what, Jane? They actually will go for the croissants before they do even the presents.
Oh
or
my
the
gosh.
treat.
Wait,
But if
I
you
had to
picked
bring
up-
this back out.
Yes.
I never thought of
The
this.
today's special value. Keep it lighter fare. You want the meat to be that incredible standout product, right? So put it on a lighter bread, not a heavy bun.
Right.
Love that French butter. It really brings out the flavor of the burger, but then the burger brings out the flavor of that sweet, creamy French butter. It is so, so good. And I think the most important thing to remember here is this is not an imitation.
No.
These are real, authentic croissants from France. We're giving you 66 layers, whisper thin puff pastry. It's literally puff pastry, butter, over and over and over, giving you this nice large size. This is the largest that we have, and look at the size.
Yeah.
It's spectacular. 350 degrees in your oven. So you're baking them fresh every single time.
Yes.
Just lay out a little bit of parchment paper on your cookie sheet, and then you just wait. You allow them to puff and rise beautifully. There's no proofing that you have to worry about. It's literally when someone shows up and you want to impress them, just pop them in the oven. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Oh, good. We have the video. That's what they look like.
So look how thin they are. So they come nice and flat packed. So that way you just take out a couple as you want them. What, like we said, allow them to become golden brown.
Don't open the oven.
Delicious. Do not open
Keep
the oven door.
Keep the oven door
Exactly.
shut. Don't peek. No
That's
peeking.
right, because every time you open it, you're allowing air to escape.
keep the oven
and
shut.
then they're going to get smaller and smaller. You want them to get nice and puffy.
Okay, so I just had to point out the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich on a croissant. Don't go to the drive-thru.
Right.
Get these. It literally is breakfast, lunch, dinner. I have to say, do your boys like it with anything on it? Like, what's your favorite way to serve it?
So they like it just plain, as it is,
How
because
about
they
you?
love the butter. I like a little bit of honey.
Okay.
And then actually, my youngest son, he does like a fried egg. So we make a sunny side up egg with a little bit of bacon. He puts it on that and he dips it in the egg. Oh, it's so good.
So good.
Right? So good.
I never
What about
thought
you?
of doing a sunny side up egg and dip it in.
Right?
All right, in the morning, 600 ordered, we'll do it again. I love it with I love peach jelly. My mom used to make homemade peach jelly. I don't do that. I just have memories of it. I buy it, but I love it crispy. I cut it and I put a little peach jelly in with a cup of tea. It literally, you guys, it's the best ever, and it's always sold out, and that's why it's back from France, and that's why this is a hot pick on the day. My daughter loves a little butter and cinnamon, so I'll bring out a little bit of butter, a little Kerrygold butter, and a little bit of cinnamon. She does that.
Oh, yes.
It's so good.
So good, yes.
But you do flavors, and we have them too.
Yes.
We are an equal opportunity, authentic gourmet family, but I love these. They're the biggest. They're back in stock. They always sell out, and that's where it starts, you guys.
So it's nice and
Thanks,
flat.
Caroline.
And again, you're just going to, and you can even see the pre-glazing, which is what we call that. That's your 67th layer of French butter on top. Just simply set that on parchment paper and then bake it at 350 degrees. It puffs beautifully. Even our food stylists here at QVC say, you know why I love authentic gourmet is because it never, ever, ever disappoints.
That's true.
It always
perfect.
bakes perfectly.
And I have a
it's
Mark
not
Charles
difficult.
Maselli story. Do you know
Oh,
that?
no.
Okay, I'll
Please
tell the
tell
story
me.
in a minute. About 1,000 gone. Let me tell you, I am a shopper just like you. I wear everything from QVC, TMI, even my underwear, my makeup, everything I do comes from QVC. Like, I mean, I can't make this up.
I love it.
But this is our favorite family item. Like, it just literally starts our day, and they're going quickly. Let me tell you what we have left. So in the 20 count, that's the most popular. That's going to be $11 a month on Easy Pay. There's 1,200 left. They'll stay in your freezer for a year. They will not last that long, but they'll stay in your freezer for a year. This is just back in. I will highly recommend auto delivery because they will be made fresh in France and shipped to you on auto delivery at a sale price, even if they're sold out on QVC.com.
Yes, yes.
Now, if you're saying, well, wait, now I'm intrigued. I live alone. I'm going to have one a week. I should get the 40, right? At least. There's only 400 left, but we didn't double the price of the 20. You're actually saving $30. Now, the 60. It's not excessive. Even if you live alone, you have one a week, and a couple weeks you have more than one.
Right.
There's only 200 left.
Right.
That means half our quantity. I knew this would happen. I would go to auto delivery, and I will tell you, Jennifer, I love to bake. I love to entertain.
Me too.
I have a lot of recipes from the Italian side of my family, from the German and Irish side of my family. I wish I was French, but even if I wasn't, I would not be able to make these.
So,
like, this is something that literally in our home kitchens we just can't do.
It's so funny that you mentioned that in recipes. Our youngest son, Miles, he's now 13. A few
Is he
years ago.
really?
Yes,
Oh
I know.
my
Can you
gosh,
believe it?
no.
A few years ago, he said, you know what I want for Christmas? I want family recipes. So we made him, I went around, had everyone write down on these recipe cards. We
what a
had
good
special
idea.
recipe cards made for him. And then, in fact, he said when he opened it Christmas morning, Jay, he said, but where's the croissant recipe? I'm like,
Here's the recipe.
he just never noticed I took it out of the bag. I'm like, oh, sorry about that.
Best story ever. Here is the recipe. M56347. You just order them from QVC.
Exactly.
So Mark Charles Maselli was backstage when the food stylist was making these years ago.
Right, right.
And they're like, Mark Charles, would you like a croissant? And he's like, I have French blood in my family. I've been to Paris. No, I don't want one of these because, like, I know it's going to be like every other croissant in the
Right.
U.S., which is disappointing. Like you know, they're
Absolutely.
bready, they're
Right.
not crispy, they're not good. No matter where you get them, they're just not that good. He bit into one and said, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in France.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you guys, it's not just me. It's not
Right.
just Jen. It's not just your sweet Miles. It's not just Mark Charles Maselli. Like, this literally is my favorite food item that I have to have in my
You
in
literally
my freezer.
just gave me chills.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's true.
It is true, and that just speaks to the authenticity of this, hence the name Authentic Gourmet. We're truly sending you something direct to your door. That's why I also love this. Hands down, every Christmas, we always send these and the Faroe Island salmon to our family for Christmas. Now they expect
built
it.
to ship to.
Yes, I love it.
Wait, you
And-
know what's coming up? Bastille Day. So you can do it for Bastille
There
Day.
you go.
Vive la
See?
France.
And again, remind them how easy this is. They can be their own patisserie. You're baking these
So
fresh
easy.
every single time. So all you have to do is decide when you want them, how often you want them, how many you want, and what you're going to do with them. And in fact, I'll be very impressed. You were talking about if the customers only have one a week. I'll be very impressed if they
I know.
only
I don't
have
know
one
how
a
you
week.
do that. And also, if you have friends over, you can't have just like, I'm
That's
eating
really
my
good
authentic
willpower.
gourmet and you get bread. Like, ew. All right, let me give you a final update. Half the quantity's gone. 1,500 of these orders have gone out the door, but if you want the 20 count, we're down to 800. That's been super popular. I will highly recommend auto delivery because if you don't want to continue, you can cancel. But Jen, you know, these are not always here from France.
They're not.
That is when Jen sees, here's it is. Jen sees me coming in the hallway and she's like, oh no, when she knows that the Authentic Gourmet is all out.
She's gonna ask. She's gonna ask.
She's gonna ask me, she's gonna ask me, and what am I gonna say? In the 40 count where you're saving $30, there's only $2.50 left. Even if you live alone, go there. Now the 60 count that I was gonna do, probably won't because it's almost sold out.
Yeah.
So fewer than 100, you are saving $60 on that. However, happy 4th weekend.
Thank you. Happy 4th. Good to
Thank
see
you.
you.
Tell Miles he has great taste.
Thank you.
And he has a little bit of a French name as
know,
well.
right?
I know. Wow.